Egypt Independent is an Egyptian newspaper that publishes a website and formerly published a weekly 24-page English-language newspaper that had evolved from the English edition of Al-Masri Al-Yawm. History. On 24 November 2011, the first edition of Egypt Independent was published. It had evolved from the English edition of Al-Masri Al-Yawm, which was previously published as a weekly supplement to the newspaper, after being banned to publish the second edition by the chief editor of Al-Masri Al-Yawm. Egypt Independent acquired its own license and resumed publishing its weekly edition independent from Al-Masri Al-Yawm in 2012. In April 2013, the management of Al-Masri Media Corporation informed the Egypt Independent editorial team that the print and online news operation is being shut down, though the website continues to publish news stories, which are translations of articles published in Al-Masri Al-Yawm. In June 2013, some former employees of Egypt Independent began publishing MASR accusations of internal censorship. On 1 December 2011, the chief editor of Al-Masri Al-Yawm objected to and ultimately censored a print issue of Egypt Independent. The second issue of Egypt Independent was to carry an opinion piece by Robert Springborg, a political scientist and expert on Egyptian civil-military relations, that was critical of the Supreme Council of the Armed Forces that had ruled Egypt since the February 2011 departure of former President Hosni Mubarak. Springborg and the Egypt Independent staff collaborated to alter the offending sections in the opinion piece. However, the second issue of the supplement was nevertheless prevented from being published. Professor Springborg was himself accused of being a conspirator against Egypt's stability in the 7th of December 2011 Arabic-language edition of Al-Masri Al-Yawm. The self-censorship episode prompted the staff of Egypt Independent to write that, even after the 25th of January, self-censorship still plagues Egyptian media. As an Egyptian newspaper, we, too, suffer from it, but if self-censorship becomes internalized and goes unquestioned, it becomes an irreversible practice. We refuse to let this happen.